Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. You're the ounce of inspiration, the juice. It is September the 19th, 2023, and today the topic is, are you listening? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you all had a wonderful Monday. Mine was just fine. Thank you to those that was tuning in and showing love yesterday for that special episode with my homeboy Kelvin. I had no idea that he was going to truly embark on the journey of using the juice and I guess document it by coming on here and things of that nature. So shout out to him, man. Awesome gentleman, man. A great asset in my life. And, I'm grateful and thankful to have such a friend who I can call a brother. And yeah, man, shout out to Mr. Kelvin Carter. As for my day yesterday, it was cool. NJ took his class. I ended up filming a future episode of the GSL talk show. Outside of that, had some meaningful conversations, but those were some of the main highlights. I know my sister shared with me a blessing yesterday. I said, hold on, sis, let me take a moment and praise God for this blessing. So I was happy to hear her good news and whatnot. I'm looking forward to hearing more good news in my circle. You know what I'm saying? Friends and whatnot. I know even Kelvin is embarking on, you know, new ideas and positions and whatnot. So but look, this abundance 2023 thing, y'all, it ain't just for me. It's for my family, for my friends, for look, the overflow. It's overflow, man, and I'm grateful for it. I'm glad to hear and see it. So shout out to her, man. Anchor Phlebotomy's doing big things, and yeah, she's an amazing serial entrepreneur. But yeah, man. My girl Summer as well. I had a conversation with her as well, and I was, enjoying listening to the things that she has going on and working on and whatnot. And so, the God be good for her as well and her endeavors. Excited to see what the Lord do with her, for her, and through her as well. Y'all know that my mom's out here doing big things as well, y'all, with inspirational outreach. And so, shout out to her this morning as well. Um, so again, I'm just gonna say it again. This whole abundance 2023 is definitely in the overflow, and I'm excited for everybody. And yeah, man, great things happening. So yeah, well, I don't think there's anything else of significance to share about yesterday. So let's get into this conversation when it comes to, are you listening? So the inspiration today came from partially from the time that the Lord woke me up. He woke me up around 1:41, and I started to focus on, I believe it was Mark 1:41, and as I was reading that, that's where majority of the inspiration came from when it comes to this topic. So we can go ahead and get into it a little bit. Basically, well, this won't be actually Mark 1:41 that I'm reading. So okay, let me get some context here, because I guess this all goes hand in hand with this conversation of, are you listening? So Mark 1:41, it led me to go deeper. So I went to Mark 1 and I ended up reading 38 through 45. So I'm going to get ready to read to you guys 44 and 45. But yeah, I just told y'all how I got there. Y'all can go deeper and read it all for yourself. But here is 44 and 45. It says, and saith unto him, see thou that nothing, see thou say nothing to any man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer for thy cleansing those things which Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. But he went out and began to publish it much, and to blaze around abroad the matter, insomuch that Jesus could no more openly enter into the city, but was without in desert places, and they came to them from every quarter. So, if you all don't know what happened or whatever the case may be, and if you don't go deeper, like I asked y'all to do, A little paraphrase of this situation is, this is when Jesus healed the leper. And he told the leper, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Just go and, give the offering. Go to the priest and give the offering. Don't tell nobody. Just go. Don't say nothing. Just go and tell the priest. And instead of not saying nothing, he went on and just told everybody. And I mean, I get it. You got a healing, you got a blessing, you got a miracle happen in your life. You excited. I get it. But why? I guess my main question this morning as I was reading that was like, man, why would he just obedient, man? The man said, don't say nothing, just go and do what he said. Like, why didn't he just go and do what he said? And so with thinking about that this morning, I was going deeper about this idea of like, why is it so hard to just be obedient? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's something we struggle at, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. We're never going to get it right, I guess, as humanity. But I mean, it seemed like a simple request. He said, hey, okay, I done healed you. Don't go tell nobody. Just go on over there, give the offering to the priest. Like, why could he just do that? Like, what was so difficult about just doing it? Like, people would have saw you or whatever. Like, you didn't even really have to say nothing about you being healed. Like, because obviously they would have saw a change or difference in you. But the thing is, he asked you not to say nothing. And instead of that, you completely ignored him. So I guess you wasn't listening. You didn't hear him make that request, apparently, because you went off and did your own thing and obviously made it difficult for him to even stay in that city and do more for other people in that city. Now, who knows? He probably only went for him and all that type of stuff as well. Obviously Jesus knew all of this stuff in advance. But he still, I mean, the test was there to say, hey, I gave you some instruction, and we saw that he blatantly ignored the instructions. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the question today. I mean, just that by itself, honestly, could touch on so many different things. Like one of those things is sometimes we just need to close our mouth and shut up, man. Like, maybe it's not for us to broadcast everything that the Lord do, or not even just that, but then, or maybe even the stuff that the Lord don't do. Like, actually, I saw somebody post on social media earlier today and was like, stop sharing everything on social media. Some things is just for the prayer closet. And I mean, hey, amen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know I get on here and I tell y'all about my day, but then there's sometimes I don't tell y'all everything. You know what I'm saying? Some things I leave, I only share what I feel led to share. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, y'all don't know every single detail about what happened in my day and everything. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just one of those things. Like, can we do better? You know what I'm saying? Can we work at that? I know we never gonna be perfect, but I mean, I think that is something that we could work at in regards to like just listening to God more and being more obedient to the things he's asking us to do. And sometimes that is to just be quiet. Sometimes that might be the instruction, But anywho, so I ended up going deeper, right? So I of course, y'all know I went to godquestions.org. And first I started looking up, I did look up the articles that were centered around this whole, I guess, conversation, story, whatever the case may be, around the verses. But ultimately, like I said, when I started to ask the question of like, why is it so difficult for us just to get right? I came across this article that is called Living for God. Why is it so difficult? So I was reading it. And as I was reading it, something stood out to me, and it was John 6:66. Now, obviously, y'all know them 3 6s, or I was like, so obviously that's going to stand out in one way. But actually, the 66 stood out to me because yesterday, the 66 was rather significant. Shout out to Kelvin again. He knows he's my financial advisor. We were talking about it. But anyway, I ain't going to go too deep about it, but the number 66 stood out because of a conversation that Kelvin and I was having yesterday. And so basically, as I went to read that, it was talking all about, how Jesus was telling the people that they must eat of his flesh and drink of his blood in order to, truly be filled and things of that nature. Obviously, he was, making an analogy between the people that was trying to come and get more food, because this was right after the whole feeding of the 5,000 situation. And you guys can go and read all of this for yourself and get the context. Read all of John 6 if you want. You could also read that whole article for yourself and get like the entire thing. But basically, what was standing out to me was the fact that, like, instead of listening to what he said, right, and getting the spiritual revelations of what he was saying, there was people that was so focused on what he's physically was saying. They were so focused on, I guess, on him saying flesh and blood and things of that nature, to where they stopped following him based on that, because they were so offensive or offended by him saying, I guess, that they would need to eat of his flesh and drink of his blood. Now, it's so interesting because that also stood out to me, because y'all know, those of y'all that watched yesterday, if you watched the entire video with me and Kelvin at towards the end, I did make a joke because somehow we started talking about the blood sacrifice or whatever case it was. And I'm like, well, clearly, you know, Christ didn't have like them drinking his blood and eating his flesh. Like, even though we know that people are tapping into all kinds of things, but obviously that was a representation of the bread and the wine or whatever. So it was never like, yeah, come take a bite out of me or something like that. And y'all can go deeper and look into it. Yeah, cannibalism is in the Bible, but that wasn't never, again, the thing or God's intention and things of that nature. And we know there's all kind of stuff going on now today as well. But anyway, so it stood out to me, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm saying all that to say that it was standing out to me because of the conversation again yesterday. But the more, again, I thought deeper about the situation, you could see that he was talking spiritually, you know what I mean? Not physically, but they were so focused on the physical aspect of, I guess, being hungry or whatever the case was, that they ignored all the spiritual context of what he was saying about, and you know, not say comparing himself to manna and things of that nature, but something along those lines where he was like talking to them about like manna versus, you know, consuming what he has, and then also the spiritual food versus physical and things of that nature. They, all of that just went over their heads, and they decided to stop following him based on, oh, this is hard teaching, is what they said. And you could just tell that they were just so physically minded that they missed the spiritual revelations and whatnot. And so again, I ask us all today, are you listening? You know, like, I mean, there's plenty of examples of this as well. I mean, there's plenty of times I laugh and joke about it sometimes, and I still want to do this project. Y'all pray for me that I get more people around me so I can get them acting. I pull my brother Kelvin in for so much stuff, but I don't know. We're gonna see. But I do want to do some content where it's like Jesus talking and stuff like that, because I just, anyway, but there's plenty of accounts, right, in the Bible of him telling the disciples straight up like what's about to happen and what's going, and it's like they ignored all of that, or maybe they just didn't understand until it all happened. And I get that. I've been there in life, man. Like, there's a lot of things where I can look back and be like, oh, I understand better now, you know what I mean? But there's just so much that we miss in the moments because we're not listening, you know? So here's some verses that I hope will encourage us and inspire us in this area today. All right. James 1:19, it says, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. And y'all know that we are the exact opposite these days, man. We can be so quick to anger. We can be so quick to speak, right? And we be slow to hear and things like that. And so, you know, obviously, again, it's all topsy-turvy in the world, but let's try to be the opposite, right? Let's try to do what the Bible is saying and be quick to hear. Like they say, we got 2 ears and just 1 mouth and all that. But here's another verse, y'all, that I hope will encourage and inspire us with this. Proverbs 19:20, it says, listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom in the future. There's plenty of wisdom to be gained, y'all, but if we're not listening, then we're going to miss it. Just like those people missed the spiritual context of what he said about the flesh and the blood. Just like obviously that leper missed the instruction to not go and blab his mouth and things of that nature. And so let's not miss the instructions, y'all, because honestly, a lot of the times the instructions have, you know, have something to do with our blessings down the way as well. Like I think about this all the time, and I know I talk about this all the time, so sorry to those that listen to me every day. But basically, like, I do think about all the time, like the different choices or the different things that has happened in my life. Like if I didn't, I guess, listen to the voice of God and make certain moves and do certain things in my life, like where would I be? I have no clue where I would be, but I probably wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be married. I probably wouldn't be doing these things I'm doing in this season. And I'm just so I mean, I'm just one person. I'm not sitting here trying to act like I'm perfect either. Like I'm sure there's plenty of things that the Lord done told me to do, and then I'll be like, "Is that really you, Lord? is that me or you? Who is that?" And things like that. So I'm not acting like I'm perfect. But what I'm saying is, we can get a little better about this, and perhaps this is why God put this on my heart and mind today to study this today, to remind whoever listen to the sound of my voice, to let's be more diligent and more intentional about the listening aspect and things of that nature. I got one more verse, y'all. It's Proverbs 2:2. It says, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. I mean, there's plenty of verses that's in the Bible that talks about, again, wisdom, getting an understanding, again, not being so quick to talk, or not being so quick to answer, not being so quick to anger, and all those different things. I mean, you guys can go deeper. Just go to openbible.info, and if you plug in anything about listening or whatnot, I'm sure you guys are going to see the verses that I shared, as well as much, much more. But hey, I mean, ultimately, I guess the juice today is, man, listen, man, let's make sure we're listening and being obedient, right? Because there's power in both of those things. You can gain much wisdom by those things. I mean, I guess that's the juice. That's the juice this morning. Now, the Bible verse of today is Matthew 5:3. It says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening, watching, and subscribing and sharing all those wonderful things. Yeah, did y'all like that hour-long juice yesterday? Or do y'all like my quick juices? Y'all, I'll just be letting the Lord lead. So I really don't have a time limit or anything on this thing, but I mean, hey, did y'all enjoy having Kelvin? Y'all comment below, let me know. Look, do I need to add more people to the juice? I mean, it was nice bouncing the ideas and seeing that the Lord had gave both of us like one message, but he had one part and I had the other part. Like I guess the problem, and he had a solution, and that was crazy. If y'all missed that, then y'all can go tune into it on our channel, with the God, Sex, and Love YouTube channel. You guys should be able to see it. But man, yeah, man, thank you all so much again for everything that you all do. Any aspect of support and whatnot is greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, I'm excited. We haven't received anything yet in regards to people that I don't know if y'all know, but we put out over the weekend a call for anybody that's single. Y'all can email us for our new dating show that's coming, y'all. You know what I mean? It's called Virtue Date. And yeah, if you think you might want to be on Virtue Date, just go ahead and email us at godsexandlove@gmail.com. Email us your name, your age, and your location in regards to just, the city or whatever the case may be. And then just send us a little quick video, introducing yourself and telling us why you want to be on the show and things of that nature. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this opportunity to, spread love. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully maybe hook some little couples up. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited about, embarking on the journey to see and everything like that. I'm excited as well as for today, because I'm supposed to be one of my dating coaching clients. When we first started working this year, he was still single, but now he's single no more, and I'm supposed to be meeting him and his girlfriend for the first time today. So I'm excited to meet them and to see how things are going and whatnot. And who knows, man, like, what if they get married, y'all? Like, I'm really out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying that I'm no matchmaker, but y'all, it's exciting to, see, I guess, love bloom and I mean, fruit, right? Fruit from the things that God put on your heart and mind. So, I mean, listen, look, there might be something to the cultivation period, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, the different wisdom and different stuff that God has given me throughout life is all working together in a beautiful way in my life right now. So it's a blessing. But all right, y'all. Well, y'all have a great, great day. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.